What's up, everyone? Um, my name is Mo. Uh, I'm just a guy who loves anime. Um, as of now, today is January 23rd, 2026, and I am really close to catching up to One Piece. I think like in one day or two, I'm pretty caught up. Um, so that being said, I couldn't wait to make a video, talk about stuff I love. I generally love One Piece. It's my favorite anime of all time, dethroning Dragon Ball for majority of my life. Um, but I felt like I just wanted to just have this video, just talk about One Piece in general, my favorite characters. Hopefully, this will say something about myself, or maybe this will just give you an insight on like my favorite parts of the show. Um, that being said, I generally don't expect like anybody to see this, but it is nice to just talk to the camera and who gives an F, just be myself. That being said, let's start with this. All right, these are my top 10. Uh, let's start with the honorable mentions. In One Piece, there's like a lot of characters like design. Look at from here to number 5. Most of these characters were mostly I enjoyed. Um, though that being said, like I really love their designs. I really love certain aspects of their characters. Just to give you some insight, around the top 5 is when it actually started to like be really deep to me. Um, so I'll give you more of an explanation onto why like I like certain characters. Though that's everything. That's everything after 5. Um, most of these characters, like these honorable mentions, like I really liked them in the story. I thought Garp was pretty cool. The Marineford flashback, I thought he was pretty cool with Ace. I thought Crocodile was a very sick villain. He's like the first like main like head that's like actually like a giga threat to Luffy and his crew, which I thought was very cool. Um, Also, I'm gonna be spoiling, so sorry if whoever watches this, 1 out of 5 people watch this, or I guess 5 is being, I don't know, pretty big, but uh, I really, and one thing I like about One Piece is that it is a show that it rewards how long it is, and I literally like how people like Crocodile and Mihawk are like talking, and these are people I generally like would not think like they would interact as much in the story, and that's why I love the beauty about One Piece is that there's a lot of characters, which it is kind of a blessing and a curse. With having so many characters, there's a lot of interactions that literally just make me love the story even more. Like what I'm bringing up right now, Crocodile and Mihawk. These people are like former warlords, and I think it's really interesting how they're even talking to somebody who's buggy, who's an emperor. Like this guy's an emperor. Like he still he broad. Like Buggy like yeah, he OP, his double for OP, but I swear Buggy like I don't know. I just genuinely love the interactions between them. I think that itself is already really cool to me, and their little guild going on is also really cool. Um, yeah, I definitely do love One Piece's the way that the characters can interact with each other. Though with the curse part, because I said it was a blessing and a curse, there's a lot of characters that literally just kind of get put in the back pedal for way too long. Um, for example, I believe Dragon. I feel like Dragon definitely had a lot of moments where he could have at least had something. I would like to see more Dragon. Uh, but I can understand like there's they're leading up to it. Um, not just Dragon, but other characters as well. Like we need more Usopp in the crew. We need more. I would say like Chopper, Usopp. Uh, Give us more Brook. Like this is just the Straw Hats in general as well. Um, I would just like to have. It's very hard to balance a lot of even uh, screen time. Another honorable mention is Perona. I really love her design. I love Thriller Bark. I saw online that Thriller Bark was kind of a hated arc. It's next to Fishman Island. They said Oda's writing is kind of a up down when it came to the arcs. So the Marineford into time skip into the Fishman Island. So Marineford was peak, into Fishman Island it was pretty bad. People flamed Fishman Island. Same thing with Thriller Bark as well. They said Enies Lobby straight to Thriller Bark. It was kind of an up down. But Thriller Bark gave us the biggest moment, one of the biggest, coolest moments of Zoro, which is that nothing happened. I generally do love Thriller Bark. I like the horror aesthetic. I definitely like the way the humor felt a lot more enjoyable. One Piece humor is always very funny, and I do love it. But Thriller Bark made me laugh a lot. I also do love the designs of Thriller Bark. I thought the outfits were pretty cute. And Perona is a really cool character, which I do like her powers. I do like the fight with Usopp. I thought that was very cool. And I do like how she chills with effing Dracula Mihawk in the effing castle. But no more, unfortunately. But still, I thought it was a really cool dynamic between... It was like a, I would say, fatherly mentor with Mihawk. I thought it was really cool. Frankie, he's also he is really, really cool Straw Hat in my opinion. Enies Lobby, peak. It is not a crime to exist. I think that line goes so much harder than it needs to be. Genuinely, that line is something that you can like a lot of people in real life actually kind of need to hear. That's how deep it is. I really, really do like Frankie as design. Though his pre-time skip design, chef kiss. I love it so much. His post-time skip, in my opinion, I thought it was... I mean, I think it's kind of cool, but his pre-time skip clears it so much, in my opinion. I like the abnormally bulky human instead of the blatant leading into the cyborg. He kind of just looks like a generic big man in my opinion. I do like the chains in this picture. I thought it was really cool. Sorry, I can lower this for... Bellamy is also a really cool character in Dressrosa. He got some time to shine for a little bit in Dressrosa, and I really liked their dynamic with Luffy going like, "You're my friend," after Luffy completely decking his right before Skypiea. I forgot what that arc was named. I really did enjoy Bellamy as a character. I thought him fighting himself morally was I love Doflamingo. He is somebody who I really want to be. I want to be a part of his crew, but I really don't want to hurt Luffy. I thought that was a very cool aspect, even though it wasn't too long. It definitely made me like the character a lot. It showed depth that it's really cool. And I do like the spring fruit. I think that's what it's called. I don't know for sure. I thought it was pretty cool. Some people flame it. I low-key think it's kind of tough. Yeah. Did I speak about Garp? I thought Garp was really cool as well. I think, yeah. Okay, I already spoke about Garp. We can move on to the next one. For my number 10... Jesus Christ, we're already 9 minutes in and I just got fucking to number 10. Number 10, I love Beppo. This dude has the lowest bounty in One Piece, apparently, with 500. It's literally less than Chopper's, which I thought was very funny. I love Beppo. I think he suits Law. I think Law is a character that tries so hard to be edgy, but in a good way, in a sense, where, especially him and Wano, Kid and Luffy, when they're all bickering, I thought that was a very cool dynamic. Though, I always see Law as a sentimental ass nigga because he literally has the Corazon hoodie or the whatever jacket. He has the Surgeon of Death. He put tats on everything. This is literally a sentimental ass nigga. This nigga be thinking about the past a lot. And I think someone like Beppo on the crew literally is a good contrast of him showing that kind of side where he tries like way too hard. He's like kind of like he's like Zoro in a sense where like he's kind of stoic, but he doesn't really have that kind of side, and I really do like the contrast with Beppo. I think he's a very life of the party when it came to that crew, and I think it's really cool. And he's really funny as well. I think Beppo is very cute and funny. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Most of, like I said, most of it is not really too deep, especially in like 10 to 5, 10 to 6. But yeah, Beppo is really cool. Number 9, Corazon. I really love this guy's design. I thought it was really cool. I think his fruit is also really cool as well. The sound fruit. Wow, wow, I had 2 people related to Law back to back, and I think that's pretty cool. I thought the Law backstory was really cool. I love the fact that he literally was fooling Doflamingo and the whole effing gang, just not talking and being like a klutz. He worked for the Marines. I thought that was really interesting. Though not gonna lie, I do like his character, but I love his design a lot more. I do like the little eye thing he got, the hoodie, his Doflamingo jacket thing that is black. I love Doflamingo's design, but the pink is obviously very cool. But I do love the black. I think his design is really sick in my opinion. But yeah, Lucci's another person where this dude's design is very peak. In Water 7, he pretty much fooled me with how he obviously I knew a little bit about Water 7 from some of my friends talking about it and stuff a couple years ago, but I completely forgot like that Lucci was the guy. So when I saw it, I was like, holy shit, like I actually got pretty like sick. I was like, this guy's a fucking two-faced like bastard. I did not see that coming at all. So it was pretty cool. I thought his design in Egghead is his CP0 outfit. I think it's CP0. Is really cool. As a person who loves a lot darker colors, I think the white suits him a lot, in my opinion. I think the white suit is better than the black suit. But yeah, I think it's a really cool villain, and I think the fact that he's still like eyeing Robin a little bit, and people are all like, "Boy, if you still looking at her, I'm gonna beat your ah!" Like, I think that's pretty sick. Like, it's Oda has like really like he's cool at bringing characters together in like scenarios that like bro, like that's all I gotta say. Like, if you know, you know. Like, I can't word it properly. This is low-key a sleeper pick. Caesar Cloud. I think Caesar Cloud, despite him being a villain, I genuinely thought he was enjoyable with the crew. I thought he was very funny. Him with Beijing, I think that's how you pronounce it. Beijing and Whole Cake Island. That whole Punk Hazard to Whole Cake Island arc, like the little area where he was literally just with the crew the whole time, or a part of the crew. I thought he was very funny and cool. I love his design, though. Watching the show, holy, they kept playing that goddamn sound that was like holy Capachungas Deluxe. That shit was annoying. Like, they kept playing that junk. Like, oh my god. But yeah, I do love his design. I thought he was pretty funny. And yeah. Kinemon, I thought he was really cool as well. He was a very emotional character that I've really got to love in Wano. I did like him in Punk Hazard. I did like him a little bit in Dressrosa, though I don't think he didn't get too much to shine, though he was finding Kanjuro. Fuck Kanjuro, by the way. But I do love how emotional Kinemon is, and how he takes a lot of things seriously when it came to Momonosuke and the Odin stuff. And not gonna lie, I actually cried when they won the they won the war, and Kinemon was getting emotional, and they were all visiting the grave, and like, it really put into my head, like, yeah, like, Loki, I was there. Nigga, I was fighting fucking, like, Kaido with them. Like, that's how emotional I felt with that. But yeah, Kinemon was also a very funny character, in my opinion. I wish I got to see more of his sword style. Zoro complimented it in Punk Hazard, though I wish we got to see more of that sword style. But yeah. So let's get into top 5. Nico Robin is a character that's like I've always enjoyed on the screen. Her dialogue is written very like the way she jokes and the way like she talks. Like I love the voice actress. She portrays Nico Robin so good. I love Nico Robin in general. She's such a baddie. Like holy her egghead effing like a lot of her outfits ate. Like that shit ate. But yeah, I really do love how even we're still learning more about the Ohara incident in Egghead. And Water 7 was the Water 7 Enies lobby was really peak, and I loved how Luffy was very emotionally mature with dealing with Robin's pain. And I like how extremely like in depth Robin is when it comes to like her character. Though she needs to learn some goddamn hockey. Like that's what she need to effing do. How you would Dragon Sabo, all these other niggas, and the only thing you pick up is effing Fishman Karate, nigga. Nigga, is we good? Robin, we gotta step it up, bro. But yeah, I really do love her character. I think she's really cool. Her design is very peak. Her character is very peak as well. Let's move on to the next because this video is a lot longer than what I thought it'd be. Number 4, Shanks. I love Shanks. I'm gonna be a little biased. Film Red is my favorite movie, and that shit made me love Shanks. Like, obviously I love Shanks throughout the whole show, but we don't see too much of him. Like, maybe, like, you could probably fit in a YouTube video worth of how much we see Shanks all in of One Piece. Though, I really do like that we're starting to learn more about Shanks and the Holy Knights and, like, his fucking whatever going on over there. I don't want to say too much, but whatever's going on over there, I do like that we're learning more. I do like in Wano that, hey, what the fuck is this? The fuck was that? Get the fuck out the screen, nigga. I'm talking about One Piece, bro. But yeah, I do like how he literally said at the end of Wano, he was like, I think it's about time we go for the One Piece. I thought that's, but first watching that, like, I was like, holy shit, like, I want to see how they're gonna handle Shanks meeting Luffy in the potential future. I generally do think that, like, there needs to find a way that, like, I just want to see more. Like, I want to see more without it just being blatant, if you know what I mean. Like, I think more Shanks is always interesting because you kind of don't know what's gonna expect. At least from when I watch One Piece and I see a Shanks scene, I literally don't know what I'm expecting. I'm either expecting aura farming, random lore drop, or wait, can you see my fingers? No, you can't. I'm either expecting like aura farming, random lore drop, or literally something to move the plot. And like that part where this dude out of nowhere just said, yeah, let's go for the One Piece. Like that, like watching that, I was like, holy shit, like, okay, things are gonna kick up soon. Like, that's literally what I was watching it. But he's always really cool. By design, I really do love the red hair. I do love the way he has one arm. I do think he's stronger than Mihawk. Like, maybe he's better in combat wise, fucking Mihawk, but Shanks is overall a stronger ass nigga. I don't know why people are debating this junk. But yeah, let us go on to the next one. So number 3, it was hard for me to pick between these two, so I just lumped them in together. I love Bon Clay. I think he is literally, I think he should be a Straw Hat in my opinion. I wish we got to see more. He's done a lot for Luffy in a sense of like with the Jinbei. Jinbei is also somewhere in my list as well. I generally just forgot about that nigga. I love Jinbei. He's, I think, my 3rd favorite Straw Hat. But yeah, I think Bon Clay and Jinbei were people that Luffy needed to like buff the F up in terms of expanding how to deal with grief. Um, and the way Bon Clay did was very loyal to Luffy, was like some sort of brotherly like love that you can like it's just like the friendship was always so wholesome, and that made me do nothing but love Bon Clay. I did love his fight with Sanji. I thought that was pretty cool. Um, I just man, I don't know if I don't know if Oda's doing this thing where this nigga's still dead. I don't know if we're still gonna ever return to Impel Down and see if he's there. Um, but I would like to see if he's still alive. I just wish we got like a proper burial if he was dead, but maybe, I don't know. Smoker, on the other hand, this dude, in my opinion, is unfortunately one of the frauds of the show. He is somebody who is extremely cool, in my opinion. I think he's a very cool character, but this nigga is taking a lot of L's back to back. He took a L against Luffy in Logtown when Dragon literally was. This nigga went up against fucking Dragon. Dragon was like, no, like you should kill yourself now, like damn. And then I think he took the L when I think he was chasing after Luffy and he got locked in that cage, in Alabasta. Like, he got saved by Luffy, and then after that, he took a L against Doflamingo, and then I could be, that was Punk Hazard. He took another L, I think, in Marineford. Like, I think it was fighting Boa. But like, dude, this dude can't catch a break, man. But he will always remain really cool to me. I really do think he should get some wins, some really cool feats in the future. I really do think he's really cool. Arguably one of the coolest Marines, in my opinion. Next to Kizaru. I think Kizaru is a really cool Marine. Fujitora is a really cool Marine as well. There's a lot of Marines. Though I am not a fan of Akainu, I do like Aokiji though. I am team Aokiji. Mega. Taking a sip of the effing root beer. That's classic Mo. That is me. But yeah. That's pretty much what I can say about these people off the top of my head. I don't have a script or anything. I'm literally just going off the top of my dome. But yeah. Alright, let's move on to number 2. Obviously, Luffy. Luffy is by far the embodiment of freedom. And I really do love the fact that he understands a lot of friendships, relationships, and all this shit. And it showed with Momonosuke. And it showed time and time again that this way, the way that he handles a lot of, like, this dude is a complete dumbass. And he's definitely 19 years old at the core. Definitely young and dumb. But one thing I'll always give him credit for is this dude knows what's up. He knows the real deal. And it showed so many times with Vivi, with Rebecca, with so many people. He literally, Mihawk literally said he has a secret power to bring people together. Like, that is just by his natural ability. Like, that is something that's so OP that he can just befriend anyone just by being himself. And there's a lot of qualities from Luffy that I would like to live by, like to at least obtain myself. Though unfortunately the real world works a little differently. I don't have a fucking devil fruit. Niggas gonna say I have full body armor and hockey. Like, bro, I wish I had hockey, bro. Like, I'm just a regular ass black nigga, but I ain't got hockey, full cover hockey. But yeah, Luffy, I do think, is arguably one of the most emotionally mature characters in the show, and I think that's a really cool thing to have. Also, Gear 4 Snake Man is cooler than Gear 5. That's kind of a hot take. I do love Gear 5. I do love all of Luffy's gears. Um, but I wish there was more Gear 4 Snake Man. I think we only saw like maybe 3 times. Uh, but yeah. Oh, Katakuri is also one of my favorite characters as well too. I don't know why this nigga's not even up here. What the fuck is that? I have AIDS. But yeah, Katakuri is also really cool. Just imagine he's here, bro. Just imagine he's here somewhere. I'll just talk about Katakuri. Uh, I love the fact that he's cares for his sister. Um, and he plays the role of being this scary evil dude, but he's really secretly a nice guy who likes to take care of his family. Um, and I think that's really, really respectable how he treats Brule. Brule, I think that's her name. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I probably am. And I honestly cried. I cried a lot when Brule was helping Katakuri after he got beat by Luffy. It just hits home. Like, I just think that's something that hits personally to me. That's just somebody I would like to be. Like, I feel like I kind of had that. Like, I just want to be as strong as him with how he takes care of his like family and shit. I thought that was really cool. So number one, I'm pretty sure some of my friends already know who my favorite character is, but for the random YouTube people, bots, if you guys are watching this, if there's a random NPC who's just gonna dislike the video, like some automated YouTube Israel GPT ass nigga, like then whatever. Then who knows? But obviously Sanji is. The fuck did I just hit on my keyboard? Sanji is my favorite character. He's my of One Piece. He is my top 3 favorite characters of all time. And I think he genuinely is a character that a lot of people kind of misunderstand. I don't want to be like the typical, oh, you don't understand Sanji, but I do think he gets a lot of unnecessary hate, and that's due to the anime. The anime adds in a lot of scenes that make it unnecessary. Cause like, there's a lot of scenes that aren't canon to the manga. It's like added fluff, and a lot of the added fluff kind of does Sanji a lot of dirty BS that it kind of is unfortunate. His gag is so overdone in the OG anime that I would literally believe, like, if you watch One Piece, his gag is honestly not that bad. And that's unfortunately like the truth. The fact that you have to go to a third-party source, like, to watch a character's true, like how Oda intentionally made the character true, is pretty depressing in my opinion. That being said, I do love the fact that Whole Cake it showed all of his amazing qualities. It showed who Sanji was and literally just dialed it up to 2 billion. And Luffy even said it. Like, Judge was flaming him, going like, blah, he's a weak, he's kindness, he's all that shit. And Luffy's like, why is this nigga listing all his traits? Like, why? Like, what? Like, that's literally what it was. But Sanji will always be forever my GOAT. I do love how he is he's very emotionally as well. He takes care of the crew, and he will get Conqueror's Haki. That is a fact, guys. Don't let that shit hide. He will get Conqueror's Haki. But yeah. Overall, I do love the fact that he's kind of an emotional guy, and he pulls when he's not being a simp. It showed with Wano. It showed it with Viola. It showed in Whole Cake as well with that cook that they beat up. Holy dude, his brothers are so evil. But yeah, I think his kindness is something that I would like to strive to have. I try every day to have that kind of kindness where I can treat people, and I even want to try cooking because of him. Like, he's just somebody that's inspirational when it came to me personally. Without getting too deep into it, I do feel like I see a lot of traits in myself, um, especially with women, and a lot of it was kind of evil, but it makes me learn to like accept that that's something I shouldn't be ashamed about. And I should be pretty happy, and I'm happy that, in a sense, like a character like this is like I can relate to in a personal level. Um, but yeah, he's just somebody I would like to deep down strive to, and the way he carries his heart is somebody how I like to as well. That being said, that's the end of this. I think John. There, yeah, no, that's the end of it. Thank you for watching. Holy, this is the 30-minute yap session. All right, Big Mo, big nigga, leaving the crew.